All right, we just finished episode 7 of The Last of Us. And we here. It's only 2 episodes left. Two episodes left. Now, I will be forthcoming with you. If you do not want to hear any more from this, because this is a spoiler, if you have not played the game, flip away. I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on to your seats, because here we go. All right, we here. Now, for those of you who stuck around, who did not play the game, the scene I'm referring to is Joel is beat to death brutally with his skull caved in while Ellie is being held down. So, in the game, this was one of the most controversial decisions in The Last of Us. And this is also the reason why the second game didn't do as well, because you killed off the main character, Joel. Now, having said that, the way the series is going, we have a lot of ground to cover with only 2 episodes left, which leaves me with 2 things in my head. Either we're going to end this season with a cliffhanger and come back and whatever happens, happens. That's more than likely, but they also have another route. The reason why the second game did so bad is because Joel was killed off. He was killed in front of Ellie, and even though people liked the Ellie character, Joel was the main bread and butter, and a lot of people couldn't deal with that, and it pissed a lot of people off. Now, the game makers have admitted they understand this was a huge consequence and a problem, and it also diluted a lot of their sales. So they have a chance to rectify that choice by letting Joel live in this series. Now, that's what I want to happen. That's what I hope happens. But I don't think it's going to happen, because Pedro Pascal is a very, very stretched out worker right now. He's got about maybe 7 different projects he's working on. And while The Last of Us could be HBO's Walking Dead series and their run, their progressive run, more than likely, I don't know if he can schedulally commit to this show while doing everything. But he also said that next season of The Mandalorian is the last time you're going to see him. So I don't know what the hell that means either. The thing is, it's really up to the makers to go a separate way. Now, up until this point, you have hit it on the nail. Head on the nail. Verbatim, that if you take scenes from the game and the TV series and put them together on top of each other side by side, they're verbatim identical copies of it. So you're going exactly by the story. Which means, if you're going exactly by the story, Joe gonna get his head caved in while Ellie is held down, and it ain't gonna be good. Now, the makers know this. We know this. We know they know this. They know we know we were pissed off at the franchise in the game. This is their chance to make it right. Do they go forward with the most controversial decision in killing off one of their main characters? Or do they want to make this series something that HBO can build off of? A Last of Us world, expanded universe. Yeah, think about that. They can do it if they wanted to. But I digress. Episode 7 was a slower episode, but we knew it was going to be a flashback episode, and we had to see what happened with Ellie. Ellie and her friend, actually. I kind of pissed off that they stopped where they did in this episode, because I wanted to know if her friend turned and she had to put down her friend, or whether or not Ellie figured out she was immune after something else happened. Like, they kind of left us with the cliffhanger by switching back to Joel, but it felt like the story was unfinished, which means we're probably going to get another flashback to see what happened, because when we met Ellie, she was in the DMZ. She was in that control. So we know she didn't leave. So the episode had a lot of throwbacks. It had a lot of Easter eggs. The Mortal Kombat 2 scene, I liked it. Personally, I wouldn't have went with Raiden and Melina and Baraka. Come on. Who plays Mortal Kombat 2 and doesn't pick Sub-Zero, Scorpion, or my boy? Well, no, I ain't going to say that. But come on. Shang Tsung? Liu Kang? Well, not Liu Kang. Not Liu Kang. Scorpion and Sub-Zero, or Reptile. Come on. That's a given. But I think they didn't want to shell out the money for them get over here's. So, It's okay. But I liked seeing one of the best in the franchise, Mortal Kombat 2, actually in live cinema. Very rarely do you see that. That was worth it alone for me, the episode. I like the flashback of to what life used to be, but it also shows you that these kids grew up in a world that they don't fully understand. They're away from everybody, they're hidden down there, they're playing games, they're making noise, and these things go off a noise. And that's just inexperience as a child because they were raised not to fear these things. They were raised that their protectors protect them and come and keep everything good. But in this in actuality, this is what would happen. And I'm glad it did happen because it showed you. You can't be a kid and run off and do kid shit in a situation like this or shit get real. And that's exactly what happened. Shit got real. The defer from the game has been enough that they could go a separate way and keep Joel alive. So instead of Joel dying, maybe this is like a injurious wound that will debilitate him enough for her to escalate her flight or fight response and her to get stronger. And next week on The Last of Us, I watched the episode, so we know Joel is still down, he's still out of commission, and she comes across some people. It always happens in every apocalyptic show, movie, television, game, event. Whatever's killing us doesn't kill us fast enough, so we kill us. Human beings are the biggest catalyst in any apocalyptic. Zombie, infection, reaver, cordyceps, doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't kill us fast enough that human beings do. Human beings always resort to eating people, rape, murder, rob, scrape. They become the worst things in the world. And unfortunately, I'm sorry human beings are that way, but it is. Which means if you're in a situation like this and somebody comes across you, more than likely you're going to put them down. So don't get angry with Joel because that was his first response on a lot of things. You kill or you die. Or you get killed, die, come back, and kill. Either way, you're going to become a killer. So, we're going to give this week's episode 4 out of 5. It's not conducive to the storyline the way the other episodes were, but I did see this coming a mile away. And they kept teasing us with this. With them making noise and things happening, they just kept teasing us and teasing us. So I'm glad the fact that they actually got to blow their wad and they didn't leave us on a tease. They both got bit, but we only know one of them lives. So, thank you guys for joining me. We'll be here for episode 8 and that 9th episode. And I guess we're going to find out all together whether or not it's hope or hype. We'll find out 2 weeks on Sunday night. Check you guys later.